Hi, my name is Dial, and my topic today is going to be about vaping. My purpose is going to be to persuade you and to help you understand that vaping's bad for you. It's unhealthy, and that you should stop vaping, and that you should quit if you are vaping right now. Now, nicotine is known to be an extremely addictive chemical. In fact, it's so addictive that according to smokefree.gov, you will think you need to smoke or vape. And if you don't, your moods will change drastically. If you don't smoke or vape, then and you want to, then you'll be depressed, sad, impatient, angry, possibly hungry. But if you do vape a lot, then you will be happier, more patient. Life will go on. It'll be easier for you because you're feeding your addiction. You're satisfying it, but in reality, it's never truly satisfied. Why vaping is such a big deal now is because it affects our future generations. It's affecting it so much that according to the American Lung Association, the FDA reports that earlier this year, 1.3 million high schoolers are vaping compared to in 2017. That is 1.3 million more high schoolers that are vaping now. That's a lot of people that are part of our future generations. They're taking care of the world when we're done. When other people are done, and they may not make it that far because they're vaping. Now I know you're all wondering what does this kid know about vaping? Like, he's not old enough to know what it's all about. Actually, I have recently quit vaping. I vaped mostly throughout my high school year and a little bit throughout my freshman year, and I finally am in a place to where I don't crave vaping all the time. I used to have to vape 5 times an hour, or else I would be impatient. I'd be mad. I couldn't sleep without vaping a few times either. It would calm me. I would always look forward to waking up because then I could vape as well. And the withdrawal process was terrible, but I made it through. And I hope no one else gets that addicted because the withdrawal process was just terrible. A lot of people think vaping starts with the peer pressure. It actually doesn't. It actually starts right after. It starts with the brain. So, according to Know the Risk, your brain doesn't stop growing until you turn the age of 25, meaning your brain's a little bit more vulnerable to addiction. It's a lot more vulnerable to addiction, actually, because you're learning things quicker than someone that's not 25 or older than 25, because their brain stopped growing. You're learning things at a very high speed, and addiction is a type of learning. And nicotine, when you inhale it, it brings pleasure. That's what your brain recognizes as pleasure. So think of it, a 18-year-old kid is vaping for the first time, and he doesn't entirely know what it does to your entire body, but all he knows is that I inhale this, it makes me feel good. Why would I ever stop? Automatically, the addiction starts. And from then on, it just gets worse. You just get more reliant on it, and it gets scary. The effects on the brain they are very bad. According to healthline.com, when someone that vapes a lot, your cognitive ability declines quicker than someone that doesn't smoke or doesn't vape. Also, according to healthline.com, your structural integrity is not as strong compared to someone that does not smoke as well, meaning your brain's more exposed. So your brain doesn't know what's going on with the rest of your body because you're just in there for the pleasure. Your cognitive ability is going down, and your structural integrity of your brain isn't that great either, which is just a disaster waiting to happen. Now, whenever someone vapes, they usually say, and they get shortness of breath, and they're like, oh, I got crappy lungs. But I don't think anyone really realizes what those crappy lungs look like. You just hear what it sounds like a joke. Has anyone seen what crappy lungs looks like? Well, let me show you. So this is a picture of healthy lungs from Radiopedia. It's a normal x-ray of the lungs. And it looks like this. This is a normal pair of lungs. Healthy, normal, perfectly fine. That's what they should look like. And this one is from Insider about an 18-year-old kid that was vaping. And this is what his lungs look like. As you can tell here, that's a collapsed lung. And it's collapsed because of all the vaping he did. All these tears, according to Johns Hopkins Hospital, this is popcorn lungs, meaning it's all these little tears and things are holes in your lungs. And it's because of all the organic chemicals that just go through you as you inhale them. And it causes little tears and lining damage and everything, and it just destroys your lungs. That's what vaping does to you, or at least your lungs. Now, I wish I could say at least it just hurts your lungs. It also hurts your heart a lot too. Probably just as bad. According to Live Well with Unity Point Health, vaping can cause clots in the heart, meaning it's hard for it to pump through, right? It can cause an uprising in heart rate, blood pressure, which is also very dangerous and prone to heart attacks. And Science Daily says your artery walls get stiffer, which is also prone to heart attacks. Now, I just want you all to know, I want you all to remember that it starts at the brain. It just gets worse from there with your hearts and lungs. And I want you all to educate others on this, because after seeing those lungs, I'm sure you do not crave nicotine right now. Education is key in stopping this. And I want you to just remember that picture. Whenever you question, why am I doing this? I want you to remember that picture. And that's what could happen to you or your child or someone you love if they pick up a vape. Thank you for your time.